When I was about 2.5 years old, I lost my dad emotionally to mental illness. For 30 years, he was misdiagnosed, chemically impaired, and everything he shared at his appointments was misconstrued to maintain the status quo. And his story is far too common. My husband and I began a search for the real causes of mental illness and solutions that actually work. Today, my dad is beginning his journey to mental wellness. We want to share with you the life-changing information we uncovered, so you and your loved ones can also find healing. The truth shall set you free.
Everyone has a story.
I just wanted to kill myself. I couldn't stand it.
I really thought that this was my ticket to being accepted and loved.
It was just like falling into the unknown, and there was no bottom to the unknown.
I would not talk to anybody. I would just isolate myself.
Every day is the same. Every day I feel like this.
I was diagnosed with PTSD.
Depression, suicidal thoughts, anxiety, chronic stress.
Bipolar disorder too.
Codependency.
Manic episode.
Addiction, ADD, PTSD.
When you penetrate the exterior, our hearts are the same. Broken.
It's an epidemic in our society.
1 in 4 have a diagnosable condition.
Everybody is ADD, depressed, bipolar.
With our traditional methods, you are more likely to be cured from cancer than from depression.
The flaw is the labeling process.
The National Institute of Mental Health has stopped using this criteria because it said it lacked validity and reliability.
Which makes it strange that it's still being used around the world.
If your diagnosis is wrong, your treatment is almost always wrong.
The average person does not have the tools to get well.
Find the root cause. Don't just keep covering it up.
There are tens of millions of people in the country who are suffering from environmental illness, mold exposure, chemical sensitivity.
And they're trying to solve these issues, and nobody's mentioning the fragility of the human brain when you don't feed it the proper nutrients.
And if we don't look hard enough, nobody's going to get well. They're going to be on medications, but they will never get rid of the problem.
You have a physical body, social relationships, an inner thought life, and a spiritual relationship. It's not until we address those 4 components that we can truly be fulfilled, healthy, and whole human beings.
If you look at the research of all the long-term studies, the no med group or minimal med group actually has twice the recovery rate.
90% of people with severe depression and anxiety are able to be cured within 20 weeks.
The brain can change.
Every biochemical pathway in the body is controlled by your genes. Well, now we're finding, of course, with epigenetics that genes are turned on or turned off by how I live.
We might be able to change the gene switch settings in a moment of thinking.
The 3rd day onward, I felt great, totally different.
And in the end of 1 hour, 60 minutes later, they're smiling, they're laughing, they're hugging me, they're like, why isn't this everywhere? I know.
I've had people who were clearly schizophrenic and bipolar with psychosis absolutely recover. 100%, no symptomology. They're following what we used to do back in the day, what other countries are still doing even today, and they're having 80, 90% success rates. Full recovery.
I've got my life back. I'm sleeping at night. I'm eating right. To be on 18 pills a day to now nothing. That tops it all.
There is light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not another train coming at you. There is a way to get out.
We all have infinite potential to learn, to grow, to heal. Even though all of us have imperfect minds, we all have beautiful minds.
Knowledge is power. My people perish for lack of knowledge.